Hello. I hope you can all see me and hear me. I already see some people on here. Eddie, sehr hart, schön dich zu sehen. Gut, dass du da bist. Ich hoffe, man kann alles sehen, man kann alles hören und die Qualität passt soweit. I hope, sorry, I'll switch back to English. I hope that the quality will be fine with this one. I had a little issue setting this up with the camera quality, let's say it like that, because in the last stream I tried it with my Fuji. It wasn't really satisfying, and now I'm trying it with my phone, and I think it's not really satisfying either. But yeah, I'll just try to make I don't know. To make the best out of it. I think it's my graphics cards from my PC is a little bit outdated. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think the first thing that I want to do today, or the thing that I want to do today, is introduce the Digitone and the Hologram Microcosm, and just try out some settings, basically. Scroll through some presets, and for that I prepared or I took the last gem that I made in my last stream here. Good to see some people here on the chat. Seems nur Deutsche hier, was ist denn los hier? Maybe the wrong timing for all other people from other countries, but good to have you all here. Yeah, basically what I want to do is this session from our last stream, which sounds like this. A beat that last time I made together with you guys. And yeah, I want to take this one and then apply some effects from the microcosm to it, and also play around a little bit with the different settings on here. So basically what I did for the start is that I used just the melodic sounds, which is basically this ARP and this bassy lead sound, and then tried to up these, and then added the fourth preset of the mosaic sound. And when you apply it, take a little bit of the space back. Space is basically the reverb, by the way. You can already hear all the craziness going on. Also have a filter to dial it back. Then we can use even some more space to give it some more room. And then dial the filter back in. One thing that I realized, by the way, here on the Digitone, what is super cool is when you go into here the filter settings and then open up the filter while the mix is at 100% here, then open up the filter settings on all melodic tracks, and now you can really hear how the whole thing is opening up. Maybe also open up the decay. Really hear a totally different sound than in the beginning. By the way, if we dial now back the mix, you can also hear that the Digitone sound is now very, very different. Just a comparison, in the beginning it was like this. So way more closed and dense, and if you, when you are at 100% mix, you can say basically open it up. Yeah, it's like a totally new sonic experience, and I honestly have to say I love that. But yeah, maybe for now let's just stick with this lead sound, and you can already hear. That's one thing I also showed in my latest YouTube video. If you haven't seen that, you can check it out on my channel. What you can basically do here is, or realize, when you apply the mosaic setting of the microcosm to only this quite basic sound, you can really hear that there's a lot going on, like really a lot. Of course, the reverb is doing a lot, that's a little back, but also this all new rearranging and yeah, changing the sound and stuff is super cool, and does a lot to very basic sound. Let's scroll through some presets. Super beautiful. Sonically, there's a lot going on. You don't even need that much reverb. It's on its own pretty spacey and pretty ambient. Let's try another one. Let's try this. Whoa! Turn back the filter a little bit. But this one is already pretty crazy. Just to give you an idea, it's just that sound that's playing all the time. And with the fourth preset of the sequence, it sounds like this. Super crazy, love that. Let's go to the third one. Filter a little bit. Super nice how this is rearranged. Let's try how this sounds on the ARP actually. Can you hear the crackling sound? It sounds a little bit I don't know, like vinyl, maybe slight association to that, but super cool. Really nice. Let's change again to the lead sound, and then try another one. The sequencer is super cool. I need to, or sequence, I don't know what SEQ stands for here. Really like these presets. Very rhythmic as well. By the way, rhythmic, you can see here that the Digitone is synced up to the microcosm. I did that via this MIDI connection, and one thing I also want to try in the future is definitely to send some MIDI CC data to from the Digitone to the microcosm, to use maybe some of the LFOs on the Digitone's MIDI channels to control some of these effects here, and I think this could be pretty cool as well. By the way, let's see who's on. I'm at work and can't stay. Please keep the stream uploaded. I will actually, definitely, I will do that. And I hope you have a great working day and not too much stress. I lived in Heidelberg for a long time, now in Washington State. How's Germany these days? Cold. Eddie already answered it. Yeah, it's definitely cold. Not really feels like summer here. So, yeah, a bit disappointing to say it like that, but I will be on vacation next week, doing a road trip to Italy, and I hope the weather there will be a little better. strange, I would say. Yeah, definitely agree on that. If it was related to the weather and to the sounds, which brings us back to this device. By the way, good to see all of you here. Hope you're having a great time, great evening, great morning, wherever you are. A very warm welcome to this, just Microcosm Digitone Hangout stream. I'm currently just running this bass lead sound through the microcosm and then applying just some preset effects to it and see how they behave and what happens. Already some pretty cool results. Let's try glide. Take the space out. Super nice. I love all these new rhythmic textures that are added to the sounds. I could really imagine, by the way, also, because my setup right now is that the Digitone runs into the microcosm and then the microcosm runs into the Digitact, which is super cool because then I can also sample the affected signals into the Digitact. So something like this, which is a little rhythmical, I could just sample and then reuse here as a new sound source, which is super nice. Okay, there's definitely a lot of glide going on. Sometimes really makes a huge difference when the reverb is off, because you can hear a lot better when the reverb is turned off. You can hear a lot better what the effect actually is doing, like here. And by the way, you can also control the activity and the repeats knob. You can control how much of the effect is going on. I didn't touch on these two, but you can really hear if I now turn these back. Way low. You can now hear there's a lot less action going on. Let's bring some action back. Super nice. Let's try the first glide mode. I really like this gliding sound. Let's see, by the way, you can also, of course, the mix here is to mix the dry and the wet signal. This would be a mix of both, equally mixed, kind of say 50% dry, 50% wet signal. But you can hear that these rhythmical sounds, at least for this example right now, don't really fit too well together. So here it makes sense to either use it fully mixed or fully wet, or just the dry signal. Let's go for some glitch sounds. Ooh, nice. Giving it some slight dubstep vibes. Crazy. Let's add some drums to it just to try it out. Okay. What is going on now? Okay, I think maybe we can slow down the time to hear a little bit more of the effect. No, not really. Crazy. Because I have the feeling it's like really chopping it up in quarter notes. Okay, this one's really crazy. Let's try the third, this one. That's one thing with this device. Sometimes it's very hard to control what's going on and what is what is happening, because at least for my short time having this device, it's quite hard to say what is each device for, or what is each effect for, and what will happen then, because I honestly have the feeling sometimes that it's quite uncontrollable, which makes it definitely nice for live effects, but sometimes also a little bit hard to control. Related to weather, floods and so on. Yeah, definitely right. Here in Germany it was super crazy what was going on with the floods, and actually not too far from my home. I think it was like 10 or 15 kilometers is where Cologne is from Erftstadt, which was quite heavily hit by the flood. And yeah, super sad to see people losing their homes. People can't really live there anymore, and also I know some friends who have been there to help out, and they all said it's very terrible. And yeah, let's just hope for the best, and hope that we can change at least a little bit our climate in the future, and make the best out of the resources that we have on this planet. But it has good side. When the weather is bad, you have more time for music. Absolutely true. You can't really make music outside, but you can make music inside in your studio, in your cave, which is also a great thing. I restored an old Mackie mixer today and got from eBay, and it is working actually really fine now, so I'm happy. That's really cool. I like these old mixers. I don't know, when I was in a band time, I think one time we had a Mackie mixer in one of our studios that we were making music in, or at least there were practicing rooms. I don't remember if it was a Mackie one, but I really like the character of these old mixers. They can sound really nice and add a lot of character and sound signature to your sound. Is the wire in the right place? It looks like right output and input left. Let me check. No, I think everything should be plugged in correctly. Let me just quickly check by panning this signal. Sorry. That was of course the wrong track, but yeah. This one is panning the right way, so everything should be plugged in correctly. Glitch is nice for live mode. Yeah, definitely. I think so too, and I think this is a huge benefit that you have when playing live, that you have some unexpected things going on. And if it goes too crazy, you can always use this mix knob for some sounds and for some sound control, which is really nice. Now I want to go for the interrupt. Whoa. Dial the filter a little back. Also, I think it makes sense sometimes. This shape, by the way, is the modulation shape, in which waveform, you can say, basically is the sound modulated. And especially for this sound, you can hear a lot of differences. This one, for example, is a little bit overkill, but this one here, this waveform gives it a very nice sound. Crazy. I like that glitch feature a lot. Adds a lot of crazy things. I think it is also possible to dial the time back a little bit to make it a little slower. Honestly, have to say I don't know. I not understand yet how to do this. Maybe while holding Shift. This button here pressed, by the way, this blinking button, is also to access some advanced features. You can say, you can for example set the reverb time, how long the reverb decay is. You can set the fade time of the loops, also the modulation depth for the several effects, which is pretty nice to have. But I don't really understand what the Shift button is doing on the time knob. If anyone knows, let me know. Let's go on with ARP. I like this one, this ramp, because the sounds are ramping and it's super nice. Is MIDI out active on the Digitone for channel 1? That sounded like the microcosm reacted to MIDI. It might be actually. Let me check that in the MIDI config. I think I have everything I need to send. Wait, let me see. So these are the settings, by the way, I use also for my Digitone jams. Clock receive, because this one is usually receiving clock from the Digitact, and then clock send, of course, to send it to the microcosm. Transport receive and transport send, of course, as well, to receive the pattern changes from the Digitact and to send the start stop functions to the microcosm. So I think this should be fine. Let me see. I think these are just the basic settings, but I honestly have to admit that my MIDI knowledge is not the very best. But if you have some suggestions on how to improve on that, or some videos to pick up, that would be super cool. Cologne here as well. Nice. Good to see some people here from Cologne. Awesome. Where are you from? Which part of the city? I'm basically from Altstadt Nord. Quite central here, but I really like it here. Thanks, Eddie, for letting me know it works well. Love your videos and jam smiles. My cousin from Texas is gonna make me the favor of bringing a Digitone for me, and I'm beyond excited to dive into the machine. Can totally understand that, and congrats first of all on the new Digitone. It's just an amazing device. The synthesizer is amazing, and I really like the synthesis function and everything you can do with it. The sequencer is great. You will love it, and it's a great device, I think, also to just use it standalone for some time, because you can craft, like you can hear, for example, with this jam. You have everything you need. You have percussive sounds. You can make a whole groove going on only one track, and then use the other 3 tracks to fill up the groove with some melodic elements. It's really nice, and it's also a great performance tool. Channels, deactivate channel 1 to 4. Okay, I can try that. Hold on. Channels off, 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 off. Okay. So this should be fine right now. Okay, also again a little overkill. Okay, we're back in the ARP mode. Really like this glitchy one. Okay, let's go to the granular stuff. This one's also very exciting to use on melodic elements. I honestly have to say I haven't used it on any percussive sounds yet, but I will definitely try that. Moses says Neustadt Süd, so basically around the corner. Yeah, that's totally true. Neighborhood, cool. Good to see some people from the neighborhood here. Amazing. Oh, and Tata's on here as well. Hi. Destroying my setup here. Okay. Let's try. Oh, sorry, wrong one. I wanted to go for tunnel. Makes it a little bit of a drone sound. Okay. Yeah, here is super interesting to change the shape of the effects. This one's very rhythmic, I like that. Let's try the first. Whoa, nice. Crazy stuff going on. Honestly, it makes a huge difference because when I used it in my jams, when I was just playing around with that and doing my usual jam stuff, I just cranked up the reverb like that. And of course, everything is a little bit droned in reverb and it sounds super cool and super atmospheric and very, very ambient, but you can't really hear what the different effects are actually doing to the sound. Let's go for strum. That's also very nice. By the way, always quick reminder, this is the sound that we are dealing with for all those people who joined a little later. Very crazy. Yeah, multi-delay is also great. I haven't used these too much till now, to be honest, because I use quite a lot of delay here on the Digitone, so it makes sense to keep it that way and not to double it up. But it can be very, very nice. Because this is, like you can hear in this warp mode here, it's not a regular delay, it's just a warping multi-delay, which is also adding some other things to the track, which is super cool. Okay, nice. I think for now, what does the middle silver foot button? That's actually just a bypass button. So when you're in the middle of a jam, you can just press this one to get back to the dry sound again. There are some general settings on this device, which is pretty cool because you can choose whether there is a hard cut, so that you can basically from your totally wet sound, you get the moment you press this to your dry sound, or you have it set up the way that I did now, that you have, let's go back maybe to Mosaic, because here you can hear it better. I will also add now some reverb to this one again, and so when I now press this, it doesn't stop abrupt the effect, but it slowly fades out, and this makes a good transition back to the regular sound. So you could hear there was a tail slowly fading out and then going back to the regular sound, which is super nice actually. Okay, but what I wanted to do now is try some percussive elements, maybe. Nice. Sometimes are hard cuts really important? Yeah, that's true actually. Sometimes it makes good sense, but I experienced when I was jamming with not only these two devices but also the Digitakt, I realized that it sometimes was quite hard because the cut was very hard and the transition was not so smooth. And I'm usually a great fan of smooth transitions to smoothly go over from one section to a song to the other, and there this fade out is great. But I still like it because it's way more hands-on. Like for example, of course you could do the fade also by dialing back the mix knob from totally wet to totally dry. But sometimes it's good if you are performing here just to hit this button, and then your unit is basically off and you just hear what is coming from the Digitone. Okay, let's try some more percussive sounds. I'll go with this shapeform again and see. I honestly have to say the Mosaic is not so great for percussion. Gives it a lot of glitch going on actually. You can hear right now. Can dial the reverb a little bit back. For this one, just totally craziness. Okay. This is interesting. Sequence already going full power and also distorting, which is super nice. Maybe mix it with the original signal. Yeah, nice. Can also just add a tiny bit of that, because this distorting kick drum or whatever it is, it's super crazy. Maybe when you decrease the activity button, yeah, maybe. Let's give it a try. Still have the distorting kick drum, but yeah, I like that. It's quite nice. Let's keep this like this and see what else we have. Okay, this one is also going really crazy. Let's try it with a little less activity and less repeats. What I would really like to have, by the way, and I think this is not possible on this device, is here you can you have a filter on this, which is super cool, but it's only a high cut filter, so low pass basically. So you can have the affected signal like this, and you can cut off all the high end. But I would love to have it in the other direction, for example, and kind of like a high pass filter basically, because sometimes I feel that all the low energy or the low end energy is sometimes too much on these effects, and I would love to cut it out and just use the effect on the higher frequencies coming through. But I don't think that this is possible. Maybe, I don't know, they will add it in a future firmware update, or yeah, let's see. I don't know. I don't think this thing has any firmware updates, by the way. I was thinking of the Digitone. Never mind, forget what I said. But this would be really cool to have. Okay, let's try out some other things, or let's see who else is writing. Have you guys seen Hologram do Black Friday sales? I want to get a microcosm, but it's like 120 extra to ship to my country. I don't know if I should wait. I don't know. It's super hard to say if companies like that do a Black Friday sale, because I've waited, to be honest, for a lot of sales from Elektron, and I don't think they have done any. I think in the past there were some, but I think for the last couple of years they haven't done any sales, and I am afraid that Microcosm, which is an even smaller company, or Hologram basically, Hologram Electronics won't do that, but no guarantee on that. Maybe just go on a forum and yeah, check if you can see any hints on that. Would be actually pretty cool if they do it. I still don't know if I like it. I own a Line 6 Helix, and so far I've not seen something I could not achieve with that. Totally fair point, to be honest. And also I've talked with a lot of people comparing this pedal to the Zoya, and I think of course with the Zoya you have a lot more possibilities, and there are so many sounds you can do with the Zoya as well if you route the different I don't know what it's called in them, but basically the different effects models that you have in the Zoya, if you route them the right way. But what I like about the Microcosm till now is that it's really hands-on. So all controls, you have these really nice encoders that can be used very well. You just look at it and you know where you are with the settings. And I think with the Zoya, without having tried it yet, by the way, this is a little bit more complicated, but totally fair point to say, well, $450 for a device like that, what I can do with other effects is pricey, yes, but I have to say I really like the opportunities this pedal brings, and yeah, so far have had a lot of fun with this one. Okay, let's try another one, maybe this one. Okay. Okay, this one is crazy on this effect. Let's try the glide one. Whee. Okay, this one's crazy. This one could be great for fills actually. And then you can just, in the right moment... Okay, this transition was not so smooth. I expected it to be a little smoother, to be honest, but yeah, never mind. Okay. What else do we have here? Okay, I try to take out as much craziness as I can by turning down the repeats and the activity button, but still pretty crazy. Let's try another shape. Okay, this is nice. Slowly bringing up the activity. Crazy. Okay, this one quite similar on on this drum loop. Basically still just this very basic drum loop. Crazy. Okay, let's try with some glitches. Okay. Not very overwhelming here, to be honest. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong here, or if it's just the effect that is just set to quarter notes. Let me try just a more melodic sound on that. Okay. Yeah, it's basically this quarterly chopped glitch effect, you could say, and yeah, on percussive elements it then just sounds like this. I think you need sounds with more sustain and release to really experience this effect. Whoa. Okay, nice. Those are some nice interruptions. Basically the same drum loop, evolving and changing all the time. Hey Andreas, good to see you. Cool that you're here. And greetings to the Eifel. Oh, by the way, I hope that you haven't been affected too much by the flood, and I hope that you and your family are well. But good to see you here. Hope you have a nice evening. Nice new tool. Yeah, definitely is. I'm just hanging out here, trying it. Maybe if some of you guys, like I said, have some advice on this tool, just help me out, because I'm barely knowing what I'm doing here. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing, but it's fun. And I really like this one, to be honest. Just our basic drum loop going on, a little filter action going on, and from time to time we have these nice interruptions, fill-ins, which is honestly pretty cool. Let's try another of these interrupts. Or maybe try also another shape of the modulation. Whoa, okay. This is already going way more crazy than this one here. The ramp one. Let's try this one. This is, yeah, basically triangle. This is also pretty cool. Then cool. It's also nice to see how the shape of the modulation basically affects the sound and what's going on. Super nice, like that. Let's try this effect or this preset. Okay, nice. I'm not doing anything. Super nice. And now imagine that I have the possibility to sample loops like that into the Digitakt and then even chop them up and reuse them, reuse all of these, yeah, you can say textured percussion elements, and then reuse them in a song. So many creative possibilities with that, and it's super cool to being able to do that completely without a DAW. That's really nice. Let's try another shape again. This ramp shape is not so aggressive. Also super nice. I can just let these devices run and let them do all the work. Super nice. Let's see who else is here. Carlos, good to see you. Hi from Colombia. Fire as always. Many thanks and great to see you here. Hope you're well over there. Andreas, thank you. Family is fine. Nice to see you. Good to hear that, my friend. Nice to see you as well. You could try an LFO for CC9 mix with random or CC8 for filter. Yeah, this is something I'll definitely try out a little more when I'm... I'll just filter this a little down. This is something I want to try out when I get more into this device, and honestly have to say get more into MIDI, because this is something I always have been pushing a little bit away from me and saying, well, I have my basic MIDI functionality to hook up the Digitone with the Digitakt and now also with the Microcosm, but I see more and more the point where it makes sense to use even more of these capabilities of these devices, because they are hooked up via MIDI cables anyway. I basically just use them to transmit pattern changes and of course clock, but of course you can do so much more with that, and this will be something I will definitely dive into a little further. Sounds like a perfect sample source, absolutely. And with the filter, you can also, while you're sampling, record kind of like some kind of automation on that, and I think it is pretty cool. Super cool. Really good. Need to remember that interrupt from the glitch mode on beats is great, and then just resample it to the Digitakt and then use the percussive sounds from there. That is, I think, a great thing to do and to try out in the future. Let's see what ARP does. Okay, not so much to the percussive sounds. By the way, honestly, I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong here, because I just hear this, you know, this is like the signal, so there's a lot of audio information coming in, but in the end, the ARP sound is just doing that, but I think it's just like that because it behaves this way when, or it's better meant for melodic samples like we tried in the beginning of this stream. Maybe what we could try here on the Digitone, turn down the tempo a little bit and see if that helps. Nope. Still the same sound. Weird. I don't know why that is. Let's see if the others are the same. Yeah, basically. Try some different activities. Nope. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. I want to try the granules one. Start with haze. Okay, this is crazy. Really wild. I'll also turn this one back. Super crazy, like that. What do we have here? Also now some cracking going on in the audio signal. I don't know where that is coming from. What do we have here? Loop is still running. Just need to check back from time to time. Okay, crazy. Whoa, okay, here the sounds are basically all over. Granules is, I think it's great for textures, but crazy. Whoa. What a crazy loop is that. Can filter it a little bit. That is really cool, actually. Maybe even bring in some of the original signal. That is really nice. Super cool like that. What else do we have here? Okay. Sounds like some kind of filter sweep going on. Also blends quite well with the original signal. It's a lot of nice, more texture. Here I would be interested what the shapes are doing. Okay. Okay, this is basically like the first one. Okay. Crazy. What else do we have here? Oh, I think we have already been there. Let's try this one. Super nice. Now we have the bass already integrated in the groove. Dry signal. And now with a crazy bass drone. Honestly, really like that. Let's go for strum and see what this does. Okay, also very crazy. Also nice, these really crazy ones. I think it's cool if you use them on percussive things to just tune them in a little bit, just slightly. Not of course if you go full wet here, total craziness. But if you have them like this, for example, you have all these nice textures and artifacts happening in the background, and that's really nice, to be honest. Else is on here. I use the Digitone MIDI channels to activate portamento randomly on my O-Coast. It's super easy to set up and ultra fun because you can use P-Logs on the MIDI channels. Yeah, this is something I heard from a lot of people, to be honest, and yeah, like I said, I can definitely imagine using all these parameter logs that are already super fun on the Digitone's audio tracks, to use them on MIDI to control other devices. I think is really, really great, especially now that you have with the Digitakt a new firmware update, and this basically allows me that I have two inputs now open from stereo signals that I can use here on the Digitone, either for mono devices or for stereo devices to route into, and I will carefully choose in the future of what device to use and how to use it, basically. Could it be because of retriggering of envelopes? I think this was meant to or referred to the clipping, or the not clipping, but this audio crackling. I think this could be the reason, definitely, because there are a lot of modulations going on here, and some of them are super, super fast. So I think it's quite hard to control that all and get this going. Definitely true. Tristan Baldi, good to see you, man. Nice to have you over. Hope you're well, and hope you have a nice evening, day, or whatever time it is in your region. DC Amicho. Hello, Miles Kvndra. Hello, good to see you here as well. All right, let's move on. I think for now only the multi-delay is left. Yeah, but like I said in the beginning, basically, yeah, some delay sounds going on. Okay, this is crazy. This could be also nice to just slightly add. Yeah, the kick drum, the additional kick drum here again is a little bit annoying. I like this, this rhythmic groove that is added in the mid and in the high frequencies. But here again, I would love to have this filter to be a high pass filter or a low cut filter to cut off some of the low affected signal, and then just use the high frequency energy. That would be really cool. And by the way, if any one of you knows how to do that, please hit me up and please let me know, because I think this will be or would be a great addition to this setup. Crazy. Okay, yeah, I think we are through. One last thing that I want to try is, this thing is of course not only an effects unit, but it's also a looper, a phrase looper, and I understood that it is possible to, let me check this, to basically get a loop like this going and then do a recording, I think up to, I don't remember if it was 30 seconds or 2 minutes, I'm not sure, but I will now just give it a try. Okay. There we are. This is our loop. Digitone is not playing now, but we recorded something. And the cool thing is now, for example, I just add another layer, but you can add several layers to this groove. So for example, if I now have this loop going, I can now layer it on top of it. Okay, this one went a little crazy. This is now only the signal coming here from the microcosm. The Digitone isn't playing anything, and then of course you can again at least I thought you could apply effects to that. Let me think, how is that done? We then just go back. Whoop. Okay. Think we might now have deleted it. Oh no, there it is again. Okay, good to know that the loop stays basically in the buffer, but now we are back here in the effects mode. But I now, if I start this loop, I want to apply some effects to that. Don't know how this goes, but what I heard is that you can slow the loops down. I think it was when pressing the shift button and then time. Oh yeah, there we go. Also something super nice to now use and then resample into the Digitact. I think it's just experiments like that which are super fun, and then if you find something where you say, okay, this is cool, this is rhythmic, this is something I can use, just sample it to the Digitact and then maybe chop it up there and then reuse it in the same jam that you're already working on. Because I think, and this is something I've done a lot when I was working also in Ableton, resampling is something that I think is super cool and very nice thing to use. Cool. You can also speed it up, of course. Go really crazy. back a little. By the way, the visual representation here by these 4 lights is super nice. I think in this camera settings you can't see it very properly, but in live it looks very, very good. Okay, but for now, let's go back to the effects section, and yeah, maybe see if someone else is writing. Tristan is writing, end of holidays tomorrow, but I moved in the south of France. Very nice. So thrilled to come back to my new studio. Also pretty neat to have this live on the last holiday evening. Cheers me up, of course. Great to hear that. And yeah, sad that it's your last holiday evening. I hope you can enjoy it and had a great vacation, a great holiday time. And of course, fantastic pedal, and great to see it paired with the Digitone. Yeah, it works pretty nice actually. It's super dope, and like I said in the beginning, I'm just learning this, and I think I'm barely scratching the surface, because like you've seen, I'm very sure that it's possible to, if you looped some audio signals, some audio chains into this pedal, it's definitely possible to add the effects from the effects section also to these loops, but I don't know how to do it right now. Is it possible to set the loop record via clock? That's a good question, but I don't think so. I think it's just via tapping and overdabbing. I'm not sure. I will need to look this up, but of course this would be a great thing if you have some kind of clock triggering the recording button, and then also that you can say, okay, now you're recording for, I don't know, 4 bars, 8 bars, and then you're perfectly in sync. I think this would make a lot of sense to free up some space on the Digitone here, and then use it together with the audio signals that you recorded on here. Ryan, good to see you, man. Really interesting exploration. Thank you. Good to see you. Hope you're well up there in the north. Hope it's still sunny out up there and not too cold. Yes, Elliot Funk Music, you could quantize the loop to MIDI clock and activate it via MIDI as well. Okay, this answers the question better than I did, but many thanks, my Cologne neighbor, for this for this exploration. Really good to hear that. Nice, thanks. Then you have not issues with sync. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought as well. Okay, let's maybe to end this, just jam a little bit. With some beautiful ambient textures going on. I think the mosaic really shines when you add reverb to it. And then of course also add some more melodic elements like this one. What I also experienced here, what is super nice, yeah, you can hear now the arpeggiator coming in. What I also like to do is to really go as high as I can on the arpeggiator, and now just play on top of that and see what happens to the loop. Pay some attention to what's going on now. That's super cool. Now you can really hear the additional sounds coming in. Let's try another chord. Also works great, of course, with the lead sound or the bass lead. Just go very high and then just give it a try. Go, I don't know, with this sound. See what happens. There it is. Some crazy laser beams going on. course, we can also go in here and open the filter on this one. To add even more texture to that. More activity. Let's go all in also with the space. Open the filter up completely. Also, I'm going to do that for here, the ARP. Also open the amp decay to the maximum. Now go back here and make use of the lead again. Slowly here dial back the filter and then maybe also the mix. This way make a transition and now go back. Yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah, these are honestly the transitions I really like to do on the microcosm, and this is also something that I talked about in my last microcosm video that I have here on the channel, where I really try to see how I can make good use of the microcosm and use it as some kind of device where I can enter in a totally ambient soundscape and then from there slowly come back to my regular jam. And this is, by the way, also something I want to try with the jam I'm currently working on, and hope I can film for my before my vacation, where I try to use the microcosm for exactly that, to go into kind of like these ambient soundscapes and then from there go back into this more rhythmic and technoid, you can say, style that I used to play. Ambient techno, melodic, minimal techno, whatever you want to call it, house. I don't know. Let's see who else is writing. Miles, please make live random beat with overdub the loop. Some action for us, guys. Whew, I could try that. Hold on. Okay. First I need to check. I think erasing is here. Okay, now. Okay, good. We erased it. So now we are good to go. And then we can, of course, take this sound here. Okay, now we have a beat going. Nothing's playing here. Let's maybe overdub. Very basically. harps to add to this as well. Okay, I don't know where this is going. Okay, now a lead to give it a little structure. Okay, a little bit of a poor timing in this, to be honest. Could be better, but yeah, it's a loop, and you can see here, Digitone isn't playing anything. It's all coming from the microcosm. Yeah, it's nice, and I think some things like this really open for great possibilities. Okay, I'll delete it for now. Let's see who else is writing. You're welcome. I'm just reading the media implementation chart. Okay, yeah, I think this is something I could be reading as well, or should be reading as well, to get a little bit more, knowledge about this device. Thanks, Kvndra, for the sounds. I have to go. My dogs need a walk. See you around. Thanks for hanging out, man. I really appreciate that, and have a great walk with your dogs. Charlie, wow, nice transition. Thank you. Yeah, and this is, like I said, something I really like, and yeah, I can try maybe to go for another one. I really like the mosaic for this, but yeah, this is totally something I really like about the microcosm, and what I want to use it for, to go from this really ambient states where I want to re-enter now and maybe end this jam with, or this live stream with, and just show you this. Who else is writing? Kevin, quantize the microcosm for loops. I read that this is possible, but I honestly, from now, don't know how to do it. I really feel after this stream that I need to spend way more time with the, with the, how do you say? Yeah, basically all the learning I need to put into this, the manual, watching tutorials. There's a lot for me to do, but it's good to know. Thanks, Kevin, for the hint that there is a quantize function for the microcosm for loops. This is really nice, and makes it a lot easier than just to tap it, because you could hear I tried my very best. I know my timing, also when I sometimes record stuff, is not the best, so it's good to hear that there is at least some kind of quantizing function. Okay, let's go for some jam. By the way, I can hear some audio crackles going on. I don't know where these are coming from. When I prepared the stream, I checked everything, signal and everything is fine. I think it might be coming from the microcosm, but I'm not sure. Let me know if you experience something like that as well. try to make the transition and go back to the regular groove. I do this by turning down the filter and the mix knob. The other transition was a little cleaner, to be honest. But yeah, kind of worked as well. Yeah, need to experiment a lot with this, but I can tell you it's super fun and yeah, very nice to dive deeper into and to experience more on these two devices, and also not only these two, but also to edit with the Digitakt then as well. Scroll till it's lit, hit select. Okay. Don't know where to scroll. I think I'll just need to look this up in the manual and then see if everything is fine. Lovely. Thank you, Kevin. Good here. Thanks also, Bruno. Very nice to hear that. And yeah, I think that's it for today. I think I'll just end this here. I could go on and on for ages, but we are already, I think, nearly 1 hour and 20 minutes going with this stream. So yeah, I just wanted to say huge thanks to every single one of you hanging out here and chilling with me, but not only with me, but also with the Digitone and the Microcosm. And yeah, I'm happy to have you guys around. That was really cool, great exchange. Good to see so many familiar faces, but also so many new faces. And well, not faces, but names in the chat, but still good to know that you're here. And yeah, I'm happy that I could do that, and hope maybe next time I'll do it with a little better image quality. Yeah, let's see. I think it's okay for this one, but I still need to improve, and I think the main reason there is the graphics card in my old tower PC, which is from 2014 and quite outdated, and I'm looking forward to update soon. But yeah, till then, I hope you stick with me. Also, the video quality for these streams is not the best. And yeah, I'm happy to see you guys around, and thanks for watching. Maybe just quickly some last question. Charlie Mezak is writing, frustrating that there's no way to send specific channels to the pedal. Have you tried routing audio, Digitone, Microcosm, Digitakt? Yeah, that's exactly the setup that I use, Charlie. I use, or I can show you here, these here are going into no, sorry. Oh yeah, sorry, was a little confused. These outs are going into here, into the Microcosm, and then these outs are going into the Digitone, the Digitakt. This one is right here. You can't really see it because it's a little bit out of picture here, but the audio signal is then going into the Digitakt, and from there it's going to my mixer. So even right now, when I'm performing, the Digitakt is still running. It's doing nothing. It's just routing audio through. Just that I didn't need to recable anything or stuff like that. But yeah, this is the way I route it, and I realized that this works quite well for me, because then no matter what I do with this device, I still have all the percussive elements which drive the main groove not being affected by the microcosm's signals. And this is very useful for me to use in my jams. If you are, by the way, interested in that, I have a video, the latest video actually on my channel, where I show how I use all of these three devices together and how I hook them up and how I use them in a combination. And yeah, I think that's a good word to end this stream. I hope you're all well. Have a great evening, have a great day, and I'm happy to see you soon. Take care. Cheers.